AfterBuzz TV fans, tune in now for the episode 5, season 4 recap of How to Get Away with Murder. I love her.
Aww. Oh my God, for me.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Yeah. What? Yeah. Well, you're all in the cowboy uniform. Elayna's at a rodeo, everybody. True. The whole middle of the table is really in the Canadian tuxedo tonight. Matching though. Kudos. Kudos.
Elayna and I are prepared.
We do have the full panel tonight, so very exciting to re-energize the conversation.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty crazy episode. It was the first background we've had on Bonnie.
Yeah. Well, we've known a little bit about her, but really diving in with her relationship with
Right.
Annalise and kind of where it all started. Obviously, we know about her and Sam and that she's had a troubled past, but not like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we also got the Sam cameo.
Sam!
Oh, man.
We did
That's-
get
It's been
Sam.
a while.
Elayna
It's been a
doesn't
long
love that.
time.
April loves that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why don't you love that?
I kind of, he cheated on her with her student. Okay,
I
what?
forget.
I know that you guys are going to be like, okay, well, we want to tweet you, so let me just get it out there now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Totally,
let's get it
yeah.
out there.
Please introduce yourselves. April, start us off. Where can they find you?
Y'all can find me everywhere at April Whisenhant and pulling up the live chat in just a sec. So let us know what you thought.
It was so harmonious.
Right?
Oh,
It
yeah.
was,
I'm just an
the energy was up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Hey, guys. You can follow me on all social platforms at hey_it's Lay. That's hey with an A. Hey is for horses.
Hey.
Oh, the rodeo. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh,
there you
it's
go.
a theme.
It is a thing.
Yeah, there you go. You're going to have to wear that every time now.
It
Okay.
Seriously.
Sterling, where can they find
Hey
you?
guys, I'm Sterling Cates, and you can find me everywhere at Sterling Cates.
Wow.
Nice.
So
That's
there you
very,
go. I
very
make it
easy.
really
Very
easy for you
simple.
guys.
Good stuff. And I'm JB. You guys can follow me everywhere at Hey John Blake. That's the hey.
Hey, John
like
Blake.
hey,
Buck.
John Blake.
All right, got it.
You know, in the
Normal
beginning, you said that you loved her with
I
true
do.
conviction.
I do. True story.
Yeah, it was about
Do
me.
you love
obviously.
her?
I do. I do. 100%.
Sterling or
Yeah,
Annalise?
We'll wait and see.
TBD.
Remains to be seen. Yeah, TBD. Tune in next
Come on.
week.
Thought we were gonna get somewhere there.
Oh, yeah.
Tonight was filled with a lot of love though and emotion.
Yes.
It was emotional.
Yeah.
It was a bit of a roller coaster.
I
Yeah.
usually don't. This is gonna be a hot take, but I usually don't like Bonnie. But I liked her. Her performance tonight was incredible.
I am on
Well, yeah, long hair
that same
Bonnie
page.
was very different. than
I
we've
like
seen.
long hair Bonnie.
I do
Giving me
too.
Paris vibes from Gilmore Girls. Anyone else watch that show?
Definitely. I like long hair Bonnie, but I'm still not here for short hair Bonnie. And I'm so,
Yeah.
ooh, she's trifling.
You know, so the first thing I was gonna say was like, I'm just gonna go full vanity and like long-haired Bonnie is it. But then when I did the flashbacks of her with like the cute blonde bob,
When she was a
that
kid?
was like like whenever she was first, like in the first few seasons of
Yeah.
How to Get Away with Murder.
Yeah, like
That
OG
was,
How to
like,
Get Away with Murder Bonnie.
Way better than this dude we're working with right now.
Yeah, but her attitude still stunk.
Oh yeah,
Well,
I'm
I
just
mean-
going
Right,
vanity
then,
right
wait, then
now.
you mean like
got
then,
it.
then present day like short hair.
Yeah, I mean,
Totally.
it's a
Well,
lot
yeah, I
about
mean,
the hairstyles for these females.
I agree. I'm into the long hair.
Yeah.
We
Totally.
now have 3 Bonnies, so I'm curious to know, for all of you watching,
Yeah, who's your favorite
who's your
Bonnie?
favorite Bonnie?
Yes.
Because I know we give Bonnie a lot of hate.
Hashtag long hair Bonnie, Maxie.
Come on, long hair Bonnie.
Well, I mean, let it be known, even in the courtroom, long hair Bonnie can hold her own.
Yeah.
She was regulating, like even on Annalise, and she was, the pressure was really on her. She was
Yeah.
gunning for that promotion to get, to be like a named partner, and she held her own. Like,
You know
Yeah.
why I like long hair Bonnie? Because she's a true survivor. Like,
Yeah.
She is.
despite all that she's gone through, like through her childhood, like she was being raped by several men. That is brutal.
Dozens
yeah, she
and
said
dozens.
dozens
Like,
and dozens.
that's
a.
I mean,
That's a
but she
lot.
was in the courtroom and she spoke with such conviction. Like she was fearless.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think
Right.
outside of her looks, because she ain't that cute. I think I like long hair Bonnie because of her fearlessness.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you guys think that Annalise, well, obviously, I feel like we know now that she does, but in the midst of that trial with long hair Bonnie, I don't think that I was like, oh my gosh, she's really like killing this testimony. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think that, they'll be able to cross her.
Yeah.
But obviously, they won the case, so.
I knew that's kind of where she was going to go because well, obviously she was leading up to it, very obviously, but I still, for a second, I was like, maybe she's not. But then I don't think she would be the Annalise that she is today without having done that. Because obviously it taught her a really big lesson, something that she didn't want to do. Even though we've seen Annalise get ruthless, like nobody can be ruthless. But I think it was an important lesson for her to learn. Like, you know what, I can essentially do whatever I need to, but I'm going to go about it in the right way and not, like, ruin innocent people's life. Not that she ruined Bonnie's life by, getting this one conviction turned over or, getting this guy off. But I don't know. It was a terrible thing for her to do, but also it's like, I think, well, I don't know. Never mind.
She kind of did, though, because remember Bonnie was like, this is why people don't come forward.
Yeah.
So, like, although Bonnie was saved because Annalise and Sam took her in, technically the message that Annalise put out there during her career, especially with a councilman, like, you know, that's big.
Yeah.
So imagine if it were other victims. So she kind of did ruin someone's life.
Yeah.
But I agree. I don't think Annalise would be who she is or would have become who she was becoming had she not destroyed Bonnie, long hair Bonnie, on the
stand.
Well, and obviously, I mean, Bonnie has been such a huge part of her life since then.
Right.
So I don't think she'd be who she is without her at all.
Yeah.
You know, it was hard. I feel like we talk a lot about how Annalise really isn't the guilty one necessarily. Like she's always saving everyone else.
Right.
And that's from the beginning. Like, even with this was the start of the train just going down.
Yeah.
Because she's always trying to save a person.
Yeah. There's a rhyme in there somewhere.
But in Bonnie's particular case, she screwed Bonnie over in court.
Yeah.
And so she was making that wrong.
But she didn't want to, though, and that's the part
she did.
But she did. You're right.
Well, she wanted to, but she was also forced to. Like, it's a terrible thing to think, like, okay, I'm about to essentially, mess up this person's life in a big way. But she was going to get fired. Not justifying why she did it, but, like, it makes sense. It's not totally, she has to protect herself. Was she going to lose her job because of this one girl?
Would you guys rather have seen Annalise tell her boss, no, I'm not doing this? Or did you like seeing she went through with it, she won the case, and then she went and got Bonnie?
I mean, I like to think that she did say that to her boss after she won the case. So it was like a little bit of both. I mean, I think that's, to me, the better outcome because she not only like proved that she could do it and was like above everything, but then, like the ultimate power card, like I won, I kick ass, and I'm gone.
That's fair.
I mean, I feel like a full-on savage saying it, but I kind of liked how it happened.
Yeah.
Right.
Not like the greater moral issue. Obviously, that's way more important. But for the purpose of the show, I like how it happened.
She definitely told them to shove it with her quitting.
Yeah.
But I actually would have liked to see her say no. I would have liked to see her say, I'm not going to destroy her and still get the councilman off. You know what I mean? And not kind of...
Well, I mean, that was her job, though. I mean, they were hired to do something.
It.
So I feel like
true. She did her job.
Yeah,
she did what she was asked.
Even though she was definitely put in an awkward position, and her boss acted very immorally to kind of force her to cross someone when he was very much playing the gender card.
Yeah, absolutely.
He really was. I know
Totally
we
cool.
might move on, but I got another question, and I want to know from you guys at home and us too. Do we think that Bonnie really was pregnant and has a baby out there?
I think yes, and I think it's just they dropped that little tidbit for a future story.
Yeah.
Right. Well, do you think he's out there?
I think the baby's out there. I think the dad
Really?
probably like dropped it off at a
Whoa.
church or a fire station or something, and it's just
Whoa.
like
So
I
the
could
opening
see
for a
that.
future
That'd be
story.
crazy.
So short hair Bonnie's a mom?
Maybe.
I don't know.
That'd be
I guess
crazy.
all the Bonnies
I
are
think
moms.
initially watching the episode, I thought that they killed the baby or the baby
Same.
didn't make
Right.
it or they aborted the baby or something like that.
Right.
But hearing that maybe they just put it on a doorstep or something, I could see that.
Yeah.
Because even though her dad was obviously very sadistic and messed up in the head, did he kill? I mean, he wasn't a murderer, well, that we know of anyway. So I don't think
Yeah, I mean, they
it takes a
definitely-
lot to kill an innocent baby, but maybe
They
I
can
guess.
definitely bring that back. But I mean, to me, that the mentioning of her pregnancy and losing the baby sort of sets it up for future, like her connecting with Annalise again.
Yeah,
because we didn't know that they shared that. I mean, that's a very dark thing to happen to anyone, and for them to both kind of experience that.
Does Annalise know that, or do we know if she knows that?
Yeah, she was in the
court. Annalise was telling
obviously.
her. Yeah.
The people in the chat room think that the baby's alive too.
Oh,
so
yeah?
I guess.
I can see that. I kind of hope that it is now.
Yeah.
Jose Ortiz says Bonnie took Laurel's baby.
Ooh. You know
Another
what?
savage move.
Okay. That would be really awesome. Only because no, because she's already kind of psycho.
Right, but
by
I mean,
default.
I don't know if she would have time. She's at least we know she's at the crime scene. So I don't know where she would have stashed a baby on the way.
Who knows how long these drugs have been in Laurel's body? Like, we don't know the time frame at that point.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, that's a reach.
Yeah.
But I liked it either way. West baby or no babies.
She could have grabbed it.
I mean, the only reason I ran with that a few seconds ago is because this episode was really heavy, right?
Yeah.
We talk about how emotional it was, and we see Bonnie in a state where we've seen her here before, but not to this extent where she really is struggling with being apart from Annalise. Mm-hmm. And the encounter that she had with Dr. Isaac painted her in a mental position. Like, it painted her like, you need more. He literally said, you need more than just my help. Yeah. So with that scene and everything that was happening there, I wouldn't be surprised if Bonnie is out here just full on gone girl.
Full on crazy, yeah. Well, even because her reactions tonight, I'm not going to lie, I was kind of like, where is this coming from? Yeah. I mean, I know she's been interacting with Annalise a lot recently because of this class action lawsuit, but I'm like, didn't y'all get past this already? Not get past it, but this happened, months ago in the time frame of the show anyway. So it's like, why are you so upset about this all of a sudden right now? But it's because she literally is already a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
You know, all those things that Annalise brought up during the case with long hair Bonnie, the hysterical memory loss or whatever. Those are still signs that Bonnie's showing now, and I'm like, are her details
goodness, that's good.
Maybe she really was that way.
Yeah.
And maybe everything that she was saying was made up. I mean, I would not want to just assume that she was making it up. Right. But, those same symptoms are kind of fast forward to now what we're seeing with Dr. Isaac.
Because of the trauma. That's a really good observation, actually. And even Nate, when talking to Bonnie, is saying, you're being obsessive. You need to let it go. It's like this pattern.
Right.
Ooh.
Well, he's saying that, though, because he actually wants Annalise to do a good job, and he knows Bonnie's going to interfere with that, which clearly she did. But I'm still thinking in my mind, what is so bad that Annalise did to Bonnie? Okay, she fired her. That's got to really suck after all this connection, all this time, the memories that they had together. But it's so you're going to, essentially stalk her and find her therapist and go to him under a fake name and ruin her lawsuit that would do good things. It's just what did she do to you that's so terrible?
I mean, it's pretty obsessive, but at the same time, we got a window into, how... the gravity of what she went through.
Yeah, true.
We knew that she was obviously abused and from a very troubled past, but dozens and dozens of people happening for years and years. She was threatened with her life, from her dad.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just her. She mentioned her sister, so it was a whole family thing. Where that's unbelievably toxic. Where I can only imagine how you can get out of that is pretty intense psychological issues.
In the chat room, they're reminding us that she killed for Annalise, she killed Rebecca,
right.
And then they're also reminding us about the kiss that they replayed tonight, which I forgot all about. And
I did.
When Bonnie was doing the I love you, I love her, I wonder if the reason that she's having such bad separation anxiety is because she actually is in love with Annalise.
In love with her, right. And even when Dr. Isaac was not as a girlfriend or not as a partner, I was like, whoa. Why are you saying that? Yeah, I was like, why are you saying that? And I was like, wait, maybe.
Never thought about it, right?
That way. But before, I just wanted to bring up Nate really quickly because you brought it up, April. I really liked seeing him kind of backing Annalise this episode again. Who do you guys think he was talking about when he said he has another person for her case, but he wasn't going to say who it was?
I have no idea.
I forgot about that.
Do you think that's someone that we already know or someone? Well,
you got to think he was a cop or detective, whatever, for a really long time, so I'm sure he has a long list. But we have seen somebody?
It's him.
But he's not in jail?
But maybe he could sign on to the case.
Yeah, because he was wrongfully tried, whatever the case may be, because he did do jail time for Sam's
But
murder.
he was acquitted.
But,
Oh, yeah, and Annalise did get him off.
Yeah, he was acquitted.
guys in the chat, and girls, y'all in the chat.
Yeah.
Sorry, I realized that was, anyway.
There's
let us
only
know who
men
you
in
think
there.
Nate might have been talking about.
Can we actually make
Yeah.
the chat a little bigger?
I know. I got a full view over here, but that's just me.
Yeah, none of us
There
can
also,
see.
a lot of people were saying, you know, like we said earlier, just Bonnie's, the actress's performance in this episode, insanely amazing tonight.
Yeah,
she did a
Definitely
great
has,
job.
like,
Yeah.
the Emmy written all over it. So did Connor tonight. So did Annalise tonight. Like, they're just fully giving it.
Right.
Everyone on this show is. So I like those tears are so raw and real, and I know are so hard for an actor to do.
Yeah.
And she killed it.
No, they did a real. They had a really great performance tonight. Connor especially, because I'm not usually team Connor, but okay. So how you felt for Bonnie tonight, I felt for Connor. Like I was like, I'm there with him. Oh,
Yeah.
poor Connor.
Should we talk about Dr. Isaac finding out that Bonnie is
Yeah.
Bonnie and not?
And we actually started talking about this literally before we started recording because
Yeah.
it was like, I mean, it happened right near the end. Pretty intense. I mean, kudos to Dr. Isaac for kind of figuring it all out. I
He's
guess.
very smart.
Well, at some point, all of
right.
the details are like starting to cross over, bringing up the
Right.
case.
You know what I thought was going to happen when he was telling Bonnie to say, I love her? I thought that he was going to say, now try to say it with her name. And she was going to accidentally
Right.
say, I
Yeah.
love Annalise.
Yeah.
I thought the same
I thought
thing.
that was going to happen. But when she slipped up and he caught it, I was so excited.
His face was so genuinely shocked, though.
Yeah.
Because I was a little confused on the details as far as, like, if he knew, if he didn't. Obviously, he didn't know. But his face was just like, Annalise Keating. And I think one of the things that could push her, like you were saying, she could go, like, full-on Gone Girl soon, is because it's, like, when she said in their session, she's like, I can't take another person being on her side.
Right.
He's very clearly on her side, but she was also his client first, and Bonnie lied to him. But I think that could push her over, like another person being like, whoa, girl, you are Looney Tunes.
He said it.
Yeah, he's like, you need, like you said, way more help than I can give you. But she was that dumb. Of course, Annalise would have told him about the stuff that's going on in her life. So it's like she just makes these dumb decisions. She slips up and says class action suit. Of course he was going to get it.
A couple of things from the chat. I saw it's already gone, but Maxie said that she loved that Bonnie named Annalise May because Anna May is her real name. And then the other thing was,
Julie.
if Dr. Isaac knew that Bonnie's name wasn't Julie, why would it still be in his phone as
That's
Julie?
by Zumiko. I'm sure I just said
That maybe
so
they start
wrong.
working together or something.
Maybe.
After this,
I mean,
and then at the
it
end
could
when she
be
calls
right
him.
afterwards. We don't know. Like,
Well, yeah, we
it's
don't
not
know the
he was like,
timeline.
oh, I
Like,
found
already
out my,
changed it.
we
But if
changed
that
it
was
right
her,
away.
why would he already have her number in his phone?
Because you
Yeah.
know what? Okay, so when Bonnie and Dr. Isaac were meeting, it had been at least a month now.
Month and a half.
It had been a month and a
Oh,
half.
like of them
This
doing the
breakdown,
assessment?
him figuring out that she's Bonnie, had been a month and a half.
After they had started
Right.
sessions.
So
Right.
maybe how we're talking, she's going Gone Girl.
Yeah.
Maybe she really does have something to do with the blood and everything, and she
Yeah.
just pulled it together for the scene, because maybe immediately after it just blew up.
But also, we have to think about, too, we've been full on, like, Dr. Isaac is somehow in on some sort of Annalise scheme.
Right.
We can't forget about the phone call before where he's like, oh, she's here. Like, who is he talking to in that? Clearly someone who, like, knows what's up.
Right.
So,
Well, now that he's like very much within the circle, he just kind of like cracked what was happening.
right.
I feel like he is in so deep already.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that both Annalise and Bonnie separately were started as very guarded people, but after having gone so many times to Dr. Isaac, he must have chipped away at some details. Maybe not the names, but now that he's like pieced that they're together,
Sure.
I think he can see the through line and like thread everything. I'm sure she gave up some details about like their relationship. He got her to full on breakdown and have
Right.
this like emotional turning moment
Yeah.
where she realized, that she loved Annalise, even though it wasn't her name. But like to get to that breakthrough, I think that they actually have to do some legit
Yeah.
exercises and.
Yeah.
Well, I also just think, though, that, like, well, I don't know. Never mind.
For the most part, though, like, although they had those encounters, I feel like for the most part, Annalise has been real in her sessions.
Right.
Like
she's had nothing to hide.
She's been
really.
the true her, which is why the picture is painted the way that it is. Because even in the situations where she brought up Bonnie, she's like, yeah, I hurt her. Yeah, I tried to save her. Like, you know what I mean? All of that is true.
Right. Yeah.
And she never tries to, I guess, push away the blame for whatever part she's played.
Right.
She's always like, I definitely played a part, and this is why they're damaged.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering, so obviously Bonnie, or maybe not obviously, guys tell me, Bonnie went to Dr. Isaac, I assume, to get information about Annalise.
Same.
I don't know how she
so.
was intending to do that, and then obviously she got caught up in the sessions, and then she started
maybe still
actually
his
opening
film,
up.
maybe still his tapes, his notes. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure she thought she could do something.
But then it turned into a full-on therapy session.
Because she needed it.
But
really.
she does need it.
But she probably thought that she was going to be able to turn him how she turned Sam.
Yeah, y'all, but I kind of am getting those vibes from Annalise and Dr. Isaac. How he's like, I have to be careful. She
is a trigger for me.
She's a trigger for me.
Yeah, in the last episode. I wish there was more on that this time.
I think he likes her.
Yeah.
I definitely think he likes her. I think that they definitely have some chemistry.
They do have that's interesting because I feel like Nate's back in the picture. Although he's not fully there, his foot is in the door.
It's on the way.
It's on the way.
He's back on that Annalise crack.
Right.
Just like Bonnie.
I mean, everybody seems to be. I mean, Bonnie, it looks like she's going to go back. I mean, I think she kind of got knocked back to her senses and realized what she was doing, and that it really wasn't for, the greater good of anything. And she was just kind of acting out of anger. And
Because the terrible stuff that they did was, not justified, but ultimately was for a reason. But she really had the stuff that she did to Annalise ruining, or she's not going to ruin the class action suit, I don't think, but what she did is going to affect so many other people that had nothing to do with anything.
Yeah.
And she's just so, blinded by hatred or,
Annalise.
Whatever it is that she may feel. And I think it took Annalise really and that was just such a good moment between the two of them because it just shows the insecurities that Bonnie's had, which we've known those for a long time, and we can't knock her for those. That's, because of the stuff that's happened to her. But Annalise being like, I never thought you were trash. I never saw you as trash. And even through all of their arguments and the crazy stuff that they've been through, of course we knew that. And of course we knew that, she ultimately loved Bonnie. So it just kind of sucks that Bonnie could never see that.
And
know
that,
get fired, but
well, and also, this is a person that has abandonment issues that from past trauma. So the way that Annalise kind of dropped her, just like the rest of the interns, I would be hurt.
Of course.
She was out for revenge in that. But hearing those words in that scene with Annalise and Bonnie, I think made her realize that. She's like, oh, maybe she does.
Right.
Love me
That's
too.
kind of what sent her on that path with Dr. Isaac, and even having that real moment, because it was like Annalise just told her, all of this crap that you've been thinking it's not true. It's false.
Right.
And so even when she was running to the therapy session, you saw her playing back every encounter like, okay, where did I go wrong? Nicole in the chat said that she thinks everybody in the show needs therapy.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
I need therapy too.
Yeah.
Because
I
it's
agree.
so
Show get therapy
It's a
too.
lot. It's a lot.
right?
But no, it's interesting that, the perspective was from Bonnie's angle, because as a viewer, this whole time, the entirety of this series, I've kind of felt similarly in terms of where Bonnie was coming from. I thought that Annalise knew who she was, way back when, and, because, whether feeling sorry for her or, wanting to protect from that standpoint. So it's interesting to learn that the first time Annalise ever met Bonnie was from a position of strength. Bonnie was regulating in that courtroom. So for that to be the first time that Annalise met her, really changed my perspective on what Annalise thought of Bonnie.
Yeah.
For sure. And that she had so much potential.
Right. Exactly.
I just can't believe I liked Bonnie tonight.
I mean,
I'm shocked.
She definitely loved Bonnie. Even when that was beautiful. But you know what? So the connection between who she was and who she is, because even when she was talking to Connor and she was telling him that he has strength too, that correlation is still okay, although all of this mess has happened, you kind of are still fighting to be to still be who you are.
Yeah.
Speaking of Connor, I feel like she's gonna groom him to be the next Frank.
Me too.
Really?
He is.
Yeah.
I don't think Connor's gonna get his hands dirty as much as Frank.
It's
Oh,
happening.
I think I think Connor will end up going back to school. I don't think she'll
so,
let him just be lazy and be her intern. But I'm happy. What's odd is that Connor kind of seems the most sane out of all of them to right now.
I mean, it's not normal to move on from what they've done.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Like, he's still feeling it. And the stuff that he says is very real. Like, I want to die. I'm jealous of. I mean, that's scary that he feels that way. But also, like, look at what they've done.
Yeah,
they've done terrible things.
Frank was in a similar position when he came to Annalise and she brought him under her little wing.
But he was already psycho because he had killed her baby.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's way worse than Connor's position. I mean, well, Connor kind of killed her
helped
husband.
to kill her husband.
Ooh, this is messy, y'all.
But yeah, I mean, this is a very new side of Connor that we're just seeing. I mean, he's been like this sort of like a long time ago. He's kind of getting his mojo back.
Yeah,
I think the good thing about the Connor Annalise partnership now is Connor has always wanted to do the right thing, wanted to do good with everything that's happening, and now Annalise is on that same path. So maybe when they team up, they can actually do some good instead of all of the messy stuff that was going on before.
Has Connor wanted to do good?
I feel like he's always wanted to like report what's going on or like to be I mean, for the sake of the show, Connor. It was not what we wanted, but like for the sake of the law, he wanted to like, come clean
just
about
to go on record,
I guess.
I think we're the same panel who sat here and said that Connor was addicted to sex. And tonight he showed us that he's breaking his addiction because he didn't go have sex with a random.
Yeah.
Right? I'm glad he didn't do that.
He didn't cheat on his long relationship.
But the fact that was his first instinct showed that he does have a problem with that.
Yes.
Obviously.
It's like,
the fact that
my
he was
boyfriend's
about
not
to.
home.
Yeah.
One time he's not home and I'm home.
And he was drunk. He was drinking wine.
Yeah. But it's just like, be a little stronger than that, Connor.
Yeah.
I don't know. He just got done telling his dad last week about how he's so crazy because Oliver is great for him. Why could you possibly say that? And then it's like, oh, let me hump this address.
Jose Ortiz says, to call it like it is, all of the murders, not all of the mess. I'm like, that's very true. It is. They were actual lives. Well, fake actual lives.
Right.
Yes.
You're right.
Yeah, exactly.
All of these murders. Wow, this show's about death.
That's really real.
Yeah.
You guys ever really thought about it?
It is.
Pour one out.
I prefer to. Seriously. Oh my gosh.
So, on to the murders.
Anyway.
Yes. Wow. Indeed.
Way to make us feel bad, Jose.
Yeah.
We're like...
Buzzkill. But is Oliver, like, do you think that Connor suspects that Oliver is cheating on him? Or do you think he's just feeling lonely and he's going to...
lonely.
I think he's feeling inadequate.
Yeah.
But Oliver
is doing some sketchy stuff.
I mean...
Yes, but Connor's not doing anything. Like, he's calling himself a housewife. Like, he's making casseroles. It's like the big thing of his day.
I feel like his dad was right about Oliver not being the one for him.
He was.
Right.
And about what he's doing not being the right thing for him.
I agree.
Yeah. I definitely agree with the part about what he's doing not being the right thing for him. I don't want to like go through the Oliver and Connor drama again, even though it's clearly where they're leading us. But I think that he has literally switched positions with Oliver, where Oliver was the one who's like, what's going on? What's happening? I'm at home. Come home.
Right.
Now that's him. But that's also because of his own actions. That's also because he decided he wanted to drop out of law school. And so maybe he needs a little gut punch to get him back in the game, which is, thankfully Annalise is going to give him a chance with helping her. So.
Right.
But you know what's happening, which always happens? It's a little group, and they always start with a secret or try to keep a secret, and that's really how everything just starts going downhill.
Yeah.
Because now we have this little group again who are keeping secrets, and now Asher's in the middle of it, Connor's in the middle of it, like Frank is literally in the middle of it. So many people are going to get caught up in this whirlwind.
Right. Yeah.
And great, another murder.
Well, that's why, like, Asher, I feel so bad for him because in the, first and second season, he was out of the loop as well.
Yeah.
He knew nothing about the Sam stuff. He knew nothing about the, oh gosh, what's her name? Rebecca stuff.
Yeah.
And so it's like him, he sees Michaela outside again, and it's like he knows that she's at his friend's apartment. It's not like she's at a place that he doesn't know.
Right.
So it's like, of course he's going to feel betrayed. That's why I'm not surprised that we saw Asher in the cell at the end when they're like, oh, the suspect's here and in jail. of course he's going to get himself into some mess because the same
Classic,
stuff is happening again. And look what
Asher.
happened last time. He murdered somebody with his car.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's one to overreact.
But
Well,
especially
I
when
mean,
he's
we
left
know
out.
that he has anger problems, and especially if
Yeah.
he thinks Michaela's cheating.
He doesn't think she's cheating. I think he's just going to overcompensate to try to prove himself. Because remember, he also doesn't have an internship. And
Right.
then
Right.
now that he knows that she's keeping a secret and she's lying, he's going to try really hard to find out what it is or insert himself somewhere. So he might get a janitor position at freaking Gold. Kaplan and Gold just to be near. Like, okay, babe, I see you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fina Juliana says, I like how Connor showed up at Annalise's door saying, hey girl, hey.
Right, no, that was
funny.
amazing.
That's funny.
I love that.
I was just thinking this. I feel like everyone's going to be super jealous that Connor is back in Annalise's, back under her wing.
Yeah.
I would say. Even though he was the one that was straight up like, okay,
I'm out.
cool.
Okay,
Thank
bye.
you.
Yeah.
So,
Later.
I feel like everyone else is not going to be happy about that.
Right. Well, I
Yeah.
mean, they've kind of all rotated in there. Obviously, Wes was in that space for a long time. I mean, Laurel's been sort of her right hand for a minute, and even Michaela was definitely, her go-to for a time.
They used to get drunk together. I feel
Exactly.
Like.
So yeah, I think everybody kind of gets their time with the
Annalise.
boss.
Yeah.
With
Now
Mom.
Connors.
And I think it'll be cool. I mean, I would hope Connor kind of continues on this trajectory and gets back into law and maybe helps defend Asher because he's clearly in jail right now.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's not going to
Poor
be
baby.
good.
Yeah.
I'm scared. He's already weeping. He's been in there for
He
a
is
few
Totally.
minutes.
sobbing.
For a few minutes. I
Yeah.
can't.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder what happened. Oliver, we saw right next to all like the aftermath and the blood in
Yeah,
Michaela's
in
office.
the
We know,
witness.
we know Michaela's okay, sort of. I mean, she's
How
alive. at
genius
least.
of
I
them
don't
to
know if she's
have
okay.
Oliver work there, though. And
Yeah.
this whole time, I'm like, how are they ever going to do
Right.
this? And I mean, that's just a genius move. I mean, I know
What
it was
did you
kinda
guys
last week. But...
think about Oliver and Michaela going into the office? And I was so nervous.
Oh, I was,
I was
yeah.
sweating.
yeah.
And wait. Do you guys think
See you
that
now.
what's the doofus name? Who we don't like?
Simon.
Simon.
I totally think it's Simon, by the way.
That's
Think
dead.
what Simon?
Think
That's
that
dead
person.
Simon's dead because Asher killed him.
Yes.
And I think Asher does kill him.
Because
And I hope
Simon
he
did.
does.
I'm kind of
Simon
here for
slapped Michaela's
Asher
butt.
killing
What's that?
Simon.
It's not even about Laurel's dad or Wes. It's because Simon tried to make a move on Michaela and Ashley lost
Well,
it.
Simon's
Right.
gay, though.
That's what I was gonna say
Right.
because when
Yeah.
he came
Well, no,
in,
yeah, I think that, but I think because Asher is gonna go all crazy and
He's
like,
just going to think something's happening,
irrational.
but it's not.
And then like Simon's probably gonna like say something that's gonna set him off, and it's gonna go
It's
real
the,
south.
I don't
It's the
think
only
so.
thing at the moment that makes sense to me in the sense of like why Michaela would be like, he's dead, isn't he?
Right.
Because even though we don't like Simon, like I said a couple weeks ago, still don't want him to die. You still don't want like something terrible to happen with
I mean,
him
I
because
kinda do.
because he got. No, I mean like as just like a person, not
Don't
us,
speak
not
for
like
all
his
of
character.
us. Just kidding.
Simon's the worst. Did you guys see last
Simon is
like, last
annoying. No,
week?
he is annoying. He don't deserve to die. He's
As
just
a person, you don't want him,
Debatable.
not like in the show, but just as a person, like if there's someone you don't like, you don't want them to die. So I think like just the connection of, oh, this is a kid that had a lot of promise, working at the same place as Michaela. I think she could have like not a thing for him, but a soft spot if he were to die.
Why did
Okay.
someone hashtag Simon's dead?
Let's
said.
trend that.
And
It's a
then
good
you guys
set.
are acting like you didn't know that Simon is gay, but his encounter with Oliver when he almost caught them snooping on Tegan's computer was like, "Hey, girl." He said, "Didn't he say girl?"
he said girl.
And
he
he tried
called
to ask
Oliver
out.
girl.
He tried to ask out Oliver, or maybe they went on a couple of dates.
Really?
Like 2 seasons ago. Yeah, when he was first in the show,
Oh,
when Connor
I
and
didn't know
Oliver were, Connor and Oliver were broken
Interesting.
up. He tried to ask him out. And
Do
he
you
was
guys
like,
think?
no.
Do you guys think that obviously when he came in when they were hacking her computer,
If he saw it,
I think he was creeping for sure, and then he just tried to play it off.
I do too.
That's a
Yeah,
possibility.
it's probably
And so
probably
he
gonna come
knows
back.
too much. He's got to die.
Yeah. You did,
got-
Simon.
Like
Oh,
Yeah,
you too?
that too.
you know,
That
I
too.
think he's
Not
dead.
Simon.
No?
He's just a waste. He's the piece of trash. Like he's.
But it could potentially lead to like a lot bigger things. He was like, or maybe they think that he went, ooh, I just got something good. Maybe they think that he was the one snooping on.
Oh, they
on
probably
Taurus
framed him
because they're like,
he's gonna get framed.
He should get
That's
framed.
gonna be good. I want him to get
no,
framed.
he goes snooping again because he's like, ooh, I want to see what they were looking at.
And then he gets
caught.
caught.
They think it was him the whole time, and then he's off.
Oh, that no.
Yeah.
What is that like? Not sign for murder?
He's off.
All right. Yeah, I think that's what.
Oh, that'd be pretty
my
awesome.
concern is
What?
this place has got to have cameras.
Right.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure Tegan has her office, like, she can pull it up on her phone.
Yeah.
So
I mean, not many
just,
people
like,
have their like personal office. Like,
I don't
security.
know,
Unless-
JB. I'm suspicious, okay?
It is probably on camera, but who thinks to look at cameras unless you think something is
Something's up.
going on?
Right.
So if they have no idea nothing's going on, then why would they look at the cameras?
Well, now there's an investigation clearly
Well,
going to
yeah,
happen, so they'll
now
have to go back
someone's-
and like figure
someone
that out.
may have been
Yeah.
killed.
Wait,
Ooh.
the whole part we missed over, but they were talking in the beginning of the chat is Laurel, Frank stuff and the baby stuff.
Yes.
I personally am like actually angry that they did that. It's like you ruined this. You got me to like Wes and Laurel.
Yeah.
And then
The
you essentially
cheating.
kind of ruined it. Now clearly she's torn up about it and so sad, but it's like, why did you even have to go there? I thought it was going to be just like, we going to have the baby? Now it's like, whose
Right.
baby is it? But I'm
No,
not
I
really
agree
like
with you. I mean,
interested in that.
yeah.
I'm like, why? What's the point?
I don't feel bad for Laurel
I don't either.
because I mean, when she slept with him, I remember us being here last season and saying, "Do you think she slept with him?" And we were like, no. She played all of
Yeah.
us. So at this point, I'm pissed
She
because
really did.
don't lie to me.
I definitely thought she slept with him. Let's rewind.
You did?
You did?
Yeah.
I think you did.
I'm gonna go through the wall.
You
I
might have.
I feel
totally
like I
did.
thought they slept together too.
We suspected something, but we forgot that they slept together once we found out she was pregnant. It was like, oh yeah, automatically Wes.
Right, no, that's what I was saying. So,
Right.
like, when Frank came back, it was, like, sort of about the time where
Yeah.
it would have, like, been 9 months before
Right.
the birth.
But it was just so set in stone, and it was never even like put out there as an
Well, yeah,
idea.
we didn't know that Laurel was a sleuth.
So, but okay, so just sneaking into the sneak peek, we find out that she's gonna get a paternity test.
Right.
Who's
Yeah.
the daddy?
Ooh, I think
Find
Wes
it out when
is.
that baby's
Yeah.
born.
Because I think, yeah, seriously, right? Just looks
Yeah.
interesting. Does it look like Frank?
No, that was the first thing that I said. I said, well, if he got a little tint to him,
Yeah,
then
exactly.
automatically Wes is, but
Right.
Right.
he's pale.
But
But
do
the
we
thing
think
is, we
that-
don't even know if the baby's alive or whatever.
That's what I'm saying.
when
Do we really think they're gonna go there with a baby on the show? A lot of people in chat didn't think so. That's why it's like, what is ultimately the point of making it some? I guess so we don't think that this part of Wes died.
Right.
This
If
is
it's
like-
Frank's
look.
baby.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's extra drama. I think
not Frank's
if
baby.
I don't believe it's Frank's baby because if it was, because he is with Laurel like when she's waking up,
Yeah.
and if it was his baby, I think he'd be like out killing someone, right?
Or he doesn't know yet.
Or the baby is,
But
or
that's-
she's just
but that's-
hysterical, and the baby is actually in the little room with the other babies.
But Michaela's like crying there in front of
Because
the
she don't know
babies.
yet. She
I
just
think they
got
did that on
there. She don't
purpose.
even know which baby it is.
She's
Well,
crying
she
because
doesn't know.
Simon's
She doesn't know
Damn
where
mess.
it is. But I think in the preview of next week's episode, she like takes a paternity test.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, she
yeah.
says, when do I take the
Okay.
paternity
JB, who's the
test?
daddy?
I think Wes is the dad.
Sterling.
I think Wes is going to be the dad because they're like trying to throw us off track right now by like be it's Frank, but I think Wes is ultimately going to be the dad because there's more of a stake in it with the Mahoneys and like
True.
it's a
Yeah.
like
It's
a
still
legacy
stuff
baby.
that we-
And then we
Yep.
can get some Wes cameos.
Are you Wes
yeah.
too?
No, I'm kind of Frank.
Cameos.
Cameos.
You
think
Wes
it's-
cameos.
Only because they haven't.
You think it's
at
what,
this
Frank?
point, all the stuff with the Mahoneys and Denver, even though we do get some glimpses of Denver, it's like it would be kind of random at this point for them to throw that back in. Now, granted, we have a while until the finale, like the season finale, of course. But it just seems like that hasn't even come up. So how are they going to work that back in quick enough for us to be like, oh, I'm fine with the whole season being about this thing?
Right. Danae in the chat said, no matter what, still name the baby Wes.
Of course. Yeah, got to. I don't know. As of
Boy,
right
long
now,
live
I'm
Wes.
Frank, but in like 5 minutes, I'll probably be.
I'm gonna
it's
be
Wes.
annoyed if it's Frank's because
too.
then
Yeah.
they
Me
just
too.
completely
Just washed
erase that whole
Wes
thing.
off,
Yeah.
which is
Right.
frustrating.
That's the worst.
I mean, see,
Yeah.
okay, now you say that, and I think it's Wes's. So
Because we still need to figure out who Wes was on the phone. We honestly,
There's a lot,
we're-
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm over it. I just got an attitude. I just got an attitude because I'm really getting tired of not know. Like, episode after episode, we're not really getting any answers. We're just getting a bigger puzzle.
Right.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like next week we will.
Maybe.
Hopefully.
Because I thought that this. Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I was like,
I know,
every
they
week
keep
I'm like,
teasing us.
I can't handle it no more. I'm
Yeah,
tired.
but also I don't think there's a reason for it to be Frank's baby, because the only thing that would accomplish is to make Laurel like a worse human being, which is not good for the show. I
Yeah.
don't think.
Yeah, she used to be trash.
Because he even said that even if it was Wes's, like he would still love it and like take care of it. So like,
Yeah.
That's
you know, I
fine.
don't
Here
think
for
he.
current day Frank.
Yes.
He's doing good. He's taking his LSATs. He's
Right.
going to take care of somebody else's baby. He still looks good with that buzz head.
Yes, he does.
Frank's always been loyal.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he
Even though he's
murders.
like a murderer, I really
I'm
like
willing to
Frank.
overlook
Yeah,
it.
I really like
I'm willing to overlook his
Yeah.
murderous tendencies.
You guys gotta
he
keep me
killed a
from
couple
buying her.
people, no big deal.
She was like,
Wow.
you'll tough that.
Oh, this is too much.
See change?
Wait, someone said just a second ago, I want to find
Wow.
it again because it was
You guys
so
are
funny.
gross.
Gross.
Hold on.
gotta
Oh,
grow up,
Rob
JD.
MM says, I see Maury holding the test
That's
results.
true.
But also, wait,
Or
can we just,
Annalise.
a lot of people in the comments, I wish I had them screenshotted. I'm sorry, I don't. Still been talking about they think it's a hysterical pregnancy. I'm pretty sure with the flash forward or with the preview from next week, we can go ahead and rule out the theory of hysterical pregnancy. I mean, you see
For,
the
Yeah.
face.
for Laurel.
We also seen her belly.
like,
laying
Yeah,
right
her
there.
belly.
But sometimes with hysterical pregnancies, that can
Oh, it,
actually
like,
happen.
swells
Whoa, really?
Yeah, like it's. I don't
So
know
maybe
how
that's
it
why
happens.
Annalise brought it up in the beginning, in the flashback with Bonnie.
Maybe.
Brought up hysterical
That would be
pregnancy.
interesting, except she went to the doctor, we
And
saw
saw
a
it.
face,
That's what
and
I'm
said,
saying.
can we get a paternity
So
test?
I think we can
And
like,
the
rule that
heartbeat.
out.
Yeah.
now.
And like previous episodes, there was a heartbeat.
But
in the whole
damn,
thing.
that would have been great.
I know, right?
That would have been an interesting aspect to it, because this whole time we were a team baby, and now there's no baby. You fooled us.
Should we be writers
That'd
for
be
How to Get Away
crazy.
with Murder?
Yeah.
I think so.
Probably.
Maybe like
Yeah.
co-writer, like just
Hire
bring us
us.
on an episode, just
Understudies,
See what
maybe.
happens.
maybe
suggest
2
some-
episodes.
We'd kill everybody.
We just
probably.
hired ourselves on
Probably.
the
I
show.
would. Simon would definitely be gone.
He's
That's
like,
for sure.
God.
He'd be out.
Who did I kill last week?
I
I killed
We've
somebody.
killed a lot of people.
Yeah, they gotta
at
go.
least in theory.
Okay, one more thing. So you know how Michaela and Oliver were in the office with Tegan,
Yes.
and they got all the files, etc. So I know that, whatever, you guys saw the preview for next week. I feel like Tegan has some kind of connection. Not only is she handling the Antares case, but I think that she might be on Laurel and Michaela's team, like low key.
Oh,
So
really?
although they're like
Whoa, what?
sneaking around, she might be like, yeah, they're douches, and cause she's
Or she
What, you
could
think
be
she already knows?
their enemy, and
Oh.
it's like bring your enemies closer, or whatever that saying is. Because I thought it was super weird.
maybe who enemy?
I think Tegan might be like knowing what's happening and just trying
Like
to
waiting
stay
for them
close.
to screw up even more.
Yeah, I
Whoa.
found
Which
it
is-
really suspicious when she got Michaela the shoes.
shoes,
I was
gonna
like,
say.
wait, this is like really out of character. I feel like she knows Michaela's up to something.
I mean,
And just
Michaela.
keeping her closer.
Michaela
Yeah.
did say she's everything Annalise is not.
Right.
So maybe Tegan's, if that's her plan, maybe it is working to kind of get
Reel
Michaela
her
to
in.
be.
I don't know. I mean, I think you guys are thinking a little too much into it. I feel like another option could be that Michaela's really also doing great work for Tegan, and they're
Yeah.
hitting it off.
I mean,
Yeah.
It's
to
too
get
soon,
her
though.
those shoes,
Yeah, it's too
though.
soon to get her those shoes, and for her not, Michaela, you can't give her no gift because you just can't.
AfterBuzz, I'm gonna need all of us to get
Some new
some
shoes.
Louis Vuitton.
Okay.
for
Really
the next
great.
After show.
I think-
I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
I
are they really like
don't.
$1,000?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
At
they're
least.
insane.
That's
I mean, you can
pricey.
go
At
a little
least.
cheaper depending on the heel style if it has like you know,
Those
sharp-
shoes?
But those with the spikes, probably more than $1,000.
Yeah, more than $1,000.
What?
Like at least 12, 13.
Damn.
Yeah.
The
That's
partner at my
crazy.
firm was in a wedding, and the bride got all the bridesmaids Louis Vuittons.
Oh,
It was like
was it Tegan?
10 of them, 11 of them. Like,
Wait, so-
what? Come
That's,
on.
that's a lot of money on shoes.
Yeah.
Oh, someone said Tegan is dead.
Maybe.
Whoa.
No,
It
she
is
just
her
got
office.
here.
What?
She just got here.
I think
Yeah.
y'all could be right
I
about
like Tegan. She gives
Tegan being
gifts.
secretive, knowing stuff though, because last episode with Annalise being like, "You're just looking for another mom."
Yeah.
Annalise tends to be right about those things like that, so it's like Tegan knows
Absolutely.
exactly what to do to kind of get Michaela under her wing
Yeah.
even
Right.
more. Like, I need to support you, but I don't need to like sing your praises all the time. I need to be tough on you, and she's kind of doing all the perfect things right now. I haven't thought about that, but that's a good point.
Yeah, where's Annalise throughout all of this? Where is she? She's not at her apartment. She's not in the elevator. She's not at the hospital. She's not
we
at the
don't know.
office.
We don't know.
Where the hell is she?
Probably
Maybe
cleaning,
they're-
cleaning some stuff up.
they're probably
with
killing
Connor.
Annalise.
Probably I feel like those are the only two
her and Connor would be together,
people that
missing.
we haven't seen. And Frank, I get. Well, no, Frank's at the hospital. Michaela's at the hospital. Oliver's at the
Annalise
place.
and Connor.
Yeah, I think Connor and Annalise are the only two people.
And
I know.
Nate too, but he's been a little distant, no?
Yeah. True.
All right, maybe we should move
Very
into some
crazy.
predictions.
Yeah. Oh, was that not?
Totally.
Somebody said. Somebody was like.
Oh, that whole thing wasn't the prediction space. Sorry, what?
Somebody said that Tegan is sexy, and I just wanted to let you guys know that I agree.
Tegan is
I
sexy.
agree.
for
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah,
she
she
is.
really is.
She's
We really
very
need to get
attractive.
one of the cast members in here.
I know. Come see us.
Who would you guys
Totally.
want?
Tegan,
So,
come with
are we
us.
doing predictions or?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do
Predictions.
predictions.
Okay.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV.
Oh my gosh, it's so perfect for Halloween.
It is. It is.
Ooh.
It's very festive.
We should dress up.
Well, yeah. So my prediction.
After Halloween?
What?
Oh, sorry, go
Who? What?
I said we should dress up next week.
But it's after Halloween.
But it's the
like
week of
November.
Halloween.
It's like literally
But it's
November
the
2nd.
week of Halloween.
Fine.
All right. Well, I mean, I feel like the week leading up to Halloween. You can't
We
go
missed
past
it.
We should have done it tonight.
Yeah.
Okay.
We should have.
What's your
Next
prediction?
Well, yeah, we kind of talked about this. I think Asher kills Simon because Asher's the only one that like actually killed someone in straight up cold blood. Like everybody else is sort of involved in like a self-defense
Yeah.
kind of situation, and Asher just ran over an enemy with his car.
Yeah.
So he's definitely the jealous type. The emotions get the better of him, and I think that he comes in. I think there's maybe like a fight about the files internally, like an Oliver, Michaela, Simon off, and Asher like comes in and just escalates. And maybe he doesn't like kill him out of pure jealousy, but I think he's the one. I mean,
Oh, me
Yeah.
too. I
he's
didn't know you-
killed someone.
Yeah.
Before.
He has. In
So-
cold blood for no
Yeah.
just because he was
Or
mad.
I mean, the only other thing I can think of is maybe that he and Simon get into a fight, and then Michaela like steps in and does something because she looks like very like broken when you see
I
her.
feel like Michaela is in some sort of trouble, like with, hacking Tegan's computer or Simon finding out, whatever, and Asher comes in to her defense and ends up maybe killing someone to like protect Michaela, because I
That's
could
why
see
she's
that
upset.
happening.
That's
And
a good
that's why
point.
she's so upset, and now she's upset
Right.
because Asher's in jail.
So the blood on her dress would be from the office, not the elevator. Because
From the
remember, we have
office.
2 bloody scenes.
Yeah, I feel like she was in the office, and maybe Oliver was going to protect Simon because now they're close. I don't know.
Totally. Actually, this came to me. I don't
No,
know why
no.
I had a huge drive for Oliver actually killing Simon because he hasn't
Okay.
killed anyone yet, and I think
he needs
that
to step over.
He needs a
Yeah,
little blood on
and-
his
He
hands.
needs to step over
he,
the line
yeah,
and
he
join
need-
the actual
He needs
club.
to join the club. And once he does, like that makes even more reason for Connor to come back in like the law office and like really take on the case and protect Oliver.
Yeah.
That makes
True.
sense. All right, to lighten it up, I think Annalise is going to finally get late next week.
Ooh, with who?
What's
Nate.
fun?
Ooh,
I'm here for that.
back.
Me too.
He's team Annalise, and yeah, they're gonna have a little encounter.
Yeah.
He covered up for her at the
Totally.
jail. That I wasn't expecting that. So yeah,
I like that. I think that I'm just gonna go with Bonnie is gonna have a full on breakdown.
Yeah.
And is definitely involved in these crime scenes somehow.
Yeah.
I don't know how, but it's just funny that she's always the one that's just snooping around the scene.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
she's never actually involved. I think she's gonna be
I
involved.
just can't
Virgil.
wait to see what Dr. Isaac's role in all of this is.
Yeah.
Because I'm still super suspicious of him.
Yeah.
But also what his connection to Bonnie and Annalise, like how it moves forward
Right.
from here.
Bonnie's the only one that was at Annalise's hotel and the office with
Good
the crime
point.
scenes.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Interesting. Maybe
All right.
it's
Let us know
multiple
what y'all
murders.
think.
Do you guys want us to dress
God.
up next week? Please just say yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Please.
Man.
Until then, where can the people find you guys?
Y'all can find me everywhere at April Whisenhant.
You can find me on all social platforms at Hey It's Late. I like, getting snap stories and stuff. So
Nice.
yeah,
heck
just
From
send them my
executive
way.
producers Maria
And you guys
Menounos,
can find me on
Kevin
Twitter
Undergaro,
and Instagram at Sterling Cates.
And you guys can follow me at Hey John Blake. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Ooh, they said yes. They want us to dress up. Look at them.
Yes, 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 yes.
Costume.
All yeses.
Haha. I'll wear
It's November.
Gotcha.
From
Yeah.
executive
Giving
producers
time.
Maria
Yeah.
Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.